like to talk a lot, and I was like,
That was true.
have no
You're in the
worries,
right
friend.
More of a listener.
Yeah.
Listener.
So we
Kelly
all have
wants
our
to talk.
special gifts,
Good
and
talker.
I didn't know you knew that about me.
That's your best quality.
I feel the way behind my eyes, lean towards the color that lies with.
I grew up in a Adventist home, and I grew up in a public school system. So I always went to church just on the weekends. When I first moved here, I had a little bit of a culture shock because I came from the University of Washington, and coming here, everyone went to an Adventist college. I really just wanted to make a connection somehow. So it's funny, the friends that I did end up making were all out of state, or they were also not within the Adventist colleges. Now, when I go to Praxis, I go to night church, or I go to Anthem, I'm not just friends with this one group of people. I'm not just friends with my Praxis friends. I'm friends to all people from all backgrounds.
I'm originally from Chico, so I've lived there basically my whole life. I've been down in Loma for about 6 months now for school. I grew up going through the public school system, so a very, very secular view. We were fortunate enough to meet some Christians just through my dad's work. Obviously, a lot of Adventists are in healthcare, so he met a couple of people through that and mountain biking, and they were the kind of people that led by example. They didn't try to actively recruit people, and once I found out what the secret was to their way of living, I wanted to be a part of it.
There's been plenty of times that I've wanted to leave the Adventist church, and the core reason, I believe, is not only was it the prayers of my mother, but also I believe that it was because I knew deep down being Adventist wasn't just part of my identity, but it was something that I wanted to be a part of. It wasn't that I was forced to be a part of. And I think as I got older and that identity eventually shifted from my parents' faith to my own, I started recognizing how I could live my life in a way that was meaningful. And to me, it's always been serving people. I love people. And so at church, I'm very much an extrovert, and I cannot help myself but be an extrovert. And it's funny because I come from a family of all introverts. So it's just been innately grown in me that I just love being around people.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm a fairly introverted personality, so I'm rarely the type of person to walk up to, new people that I don't know and strike up a conversation. That's just not who I am. Nurse anesthesia specifically, it takes a lot of time and effort, so I'm at my desk a lot, and I joke with people. My distance was traveled between Stater Brothers and the Drayson Center and my desk. That's my little triangle. When I started going to church, I was introduced to Austin and Kelly, just by a mutual friend, and it was a real blessing just because they're so friendly and generous with their time, and they're so good about extending themselves. And after going to lunch with them a few times, it was that one of those first initial steps that made me feel more welcomed to this community. Anyone who's in school knows that you need to step back and take some time away from school. And they've done that for me.
Tender and kind, built over time. This is my love for you. Steady and pure, patient and sure. This is my love for you.
I love reading stories where Jesus interacts with people, and to see the ways that he interacts with them with love, with kindness, with compassion. I just really want to be the hands and feet of Jesus. When he sent his disciples off, we have the Holy Spirit within us. That is so cool. We have Jesus living in us. I think growing up, I wanted to be served because I was young, I didn't understand. And the older I got, the more I realized that being served is great, but what's even better is giving back and serving others. And I think that's also what motivates me. Everyone has a role and a job and a responsibility. And so it might not be what I do, but what you do is not what I could do either.
In my late teens, early 20s, I've been surrounded by all these people who have gone through Loma at some point, and they all have lifelong friends here. And I think that's just a testament to the fact that When you come to a community of like-minded people, you just gravitate toward this idea that you're a part of something bigger than yourself, bigger than your test the next week or your career goals, your whatever short-term mindset you may have. I think that if you put Christ first, everything else will take care of itself.